Well, good morning. It's Friday. We're coming to the end of another working week. The word that's on all our lips over the last couple of months has been that word social distancing, keeping our distance. Churches are finding that they're unable to open because the building is not large enough to hold the congregation when we have to take into consideration social distancing. For me as a minister, during this period of lockdown, I've had to officiate at funerals, and they are very difficult in that you're unable to touch people, you're unable to shake hands, you're unable to give any hugs, unable to visit their homes and so on. We have to social distance. Then I've officiated at a wedding and also been a registrar at another wedding, and on both occasions unable to shake the hands of the bride and groom or the guests, and always making sure, even while signing the register, that I was keeping social distancing. However, it's comforting to know that despite social distancing, the psalmist has this to say in Psalm 73 and verse 23. It's Asaph, the great worship leader, in fact, who said it. And he said, "You have taken hold of my right hand." That is, God has taken hold of his right hand. In times when social distancing discourages us to touch, the Lord holds our hand. And God taking hold of our right hand has so much encouragement for us and for you and for me this morning during this time of lockdown with its social distancing. God takes hold, says Asaph, of our right hand. The comforting thought is this. First of all, his right hand leads and guides me. In these difficult times, in the turmoils of life, in the storms of life, in the ups and downs of life, God takes hold of our right hand. You lead me in paths of righteousness. His right hand through life leads and guides us. It was Pastor Dan in his great hymn, "Father, what can to thee be given?" wrote the hymn in times of sorrow, of loss, of bereavement, not understanding what was happening to him. And he says in the 4th verse of his great hymn, "Thou leadest me, and thou alone, in paths thou knowest best. I trust thee when I cannot trace the way to future rest." Yes, he takes hold of our right hand and he leads and guides us. And then secondly, he takes hold of our right hand and he assures us that he is with us. The future may look bleak. We may feel as if we're going through a dark tunnel at this time, and we don't know where the end will be. But one thing we do know, he takes hold of our right hand. And while we may not be sure where we are going, with his right hand, he assures us of his presence this morning. "I will never leave you nor forsake you." And so to prove it, I'm taking hold of your right hand. And then his right hand, as he takes hold of our right hand, his hand comforts us. During this time of pandemic, many have lost a loved one. Many have been sick and been unable to find the comfort that comes from visits from family and friends. And yet, in our sorrow, in our loss, in our bereavement, in our sickness, in our aches and in our pains, he takes hold of our right hand. And then his hand upholds us when we're weary. We've all had those moments in life, not just during this pandemic, but in the ups and downs of everyday life, those moments when we feel we can't take anymore. Those moments when we feel like throwing the towel in, we can't carry on. How comforting it is to know that he takes hold of our right hand and upholds us when we feel weary and tired. Yes, says Asaph, you have taken hold of my right hand. Always remember, you're never alone. His hand is in your hand. And whatever life may throw your way, he will lead you through life safely until he leads us through the gates of the New Jerusalem and washed in the blood of the Lamb. Yes, you have taken hold of my right hand. May God bless you, grant you the assurance of his sustaining hand at this time. Have a great weekend. Bless you.